Okay, I just remembered that I forgot to unmute my mic. At least I remembered before it was too late. Instead of canceling this one and starting a whole new one, I'm just going to go with it. Oh my gosh, that's why I never mute the mic before, like whenever I have my like beginning soon screen on. Because I'll forget to unmute it, and then this is what happens. So anyway, let me just regroup and say what I was saying. I'm going to be working on Flicker, which is this adorable little dragon, and he is Sylvie's little companion. Sylvie is one of the fairies, the first fairy that I created. I think I worked on her during a live last time, and yeah, it's a companion or like a fairy friend is one of the prompts for May, for Faye May. So I thought it would be a fun one to do. And I wanted to show you. I do have a sketchbook tracker and a reflections page created over on my Patreon. They're free. You can download. So I just wanted to show you what they look like. This is just a better way to show you than kind of showing you just my screen. So yeah, I just wanted to show you the little tracker. You can color in a mushroom for each of the days that you would work in your sketchbook. I started filling mine out today finally. And then the little reflections page is just a fun way to just kind of track how you're feeling about your art, how you're feeling about yourself, how you're feeling about just kind of just a reflection. And yeah, so I think those are kind of fun. So let me go back to my face. So yeah, those are on my Patreon. All the information will be in the description box of this live whenever I get finished. And you can go over there and grab it for free if you would like. And let me see here. Here we go. So yeah, I started coloring mine in today. So anyway, as far as this evening, this is my little doodle. He's so cute. I sketched him out first on a separate piece of paper, a separate sketchbook. I've talked about that before, how I have like 50 million sketchbooks. So I have a sketchbook where I like work out my ideas and I like literally kind of sketch everything out. And then here, I'll show you. I have several. I didn't like the paper. It's so pretty, but I didn't like the paper in it. So like I took the time and he's really messy and sketchy. And then I will transfer a clean line drawing to my actual sketchbook that I want to like color in and make kind of look pretty. So that's how I achieved that. I use my light board. So I'm going to be kind of just playing around tonight. I do have a little bit more of a plan than I had on Sunday, because on Sunday's live, it was like the no plan. Like I didn't know what I was going to do, which was kind of funny. But anyway, I'm going to use some inks to paint him in. And I think, I have Bombay ink, which is India ink. Which is really cool and pretty and vibrant. I decided to use inks instead of watercolor. This is mixed media paper, so it's not going to behave as well as it would if I was working on watercolor paper, but it's fun to kind of try and play and express myself in a different way in my sketchbook. And then if I like it, like I like Sylvie and Roxy, then I kind of worked that out, and then I can transfer those and color them in again on better paper if I wanted to. But I feel like I give myself more freedom, and I don't feel like I'm so pressured to make it perfect whenever I work in a sketchbook. And that's, again, why I've talked about this before, why I wanted to start the whole Moonbeam Sketchbook Guild and like do the tracker and just kind of start diving a little bit more into this. And my son even said that he's noticed kind of a change in my art, and maybe it's more confident or loose or whatever it may be. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I thought that was really cool that he said that, and that it's actually making kind of a change. It's also like, I wouldn't normally draw dragons necessarily, but through kind of trying to come up with something new each month, a theme and then prompts, it's got me outside of my comfort zone. Like, oh, I'm gonna draw a dragon. I think that's really fun. I do love drawing fairies. I don't draw them enough, so that was another reason why I wanted to draw fairies. But it's really helped me stretch my sketching skills. And I feel like that's kind of part of what we're doing here, right? So again, like I said, I think I'm gonna do, again, this isn't a tutorial. You know, grab whatever you want. I'm super glad that you're here. If you're watching this in the replay, thank you so much for watching. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you've ever worked with inks before. I just think they're super fun, and I am also going to use some washi tape. I decided I'm going to use some, and I'm going to use them to like create like a little flower, like he's bringing Sylvie a flower or something like that. And I'm going to bring in probably some acrylic markers and then some liners probably. This is just done in pencil as of right now. I know he's a little bit hard to see, but again, this isn't really a tutorial. It's more just a, hey, let's hang out. It's been, like I said, kind of a crazy day. I always feel better after kind of hanging out and arting and everything. What do I do with paper towels? So I am going to get some paper towels. Take a deep breath. I did make a cup of tea. It's actually kind of chilly today where I live, which was kind of surprising, but I made my tea with moon water. It's peppermint tea, which is my most favorite, with a little bit of honey. So grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a sketchbook, grab yourself whatever. Just hang out, ask me any questions if you want while I'm working along. And when it comes to inks, just like watercolor or any other wet media, once you draw or color over your pencil lines, you can't erase them anymore. So I think I am going to use my meat eraser just to lighten him a little bit, because I might do the stomach area in yellow. So I don't want that to be super dark. So you can either kind of go like this along your pencil lines, or if you know you're going to kind of do a longer or bigger area, you can just kind of roll it on your page. Kind of lift up a little bit of those pencil lines. I like to use a knead eraser as much as possible, because when you use the other one, you get all those little shavings, little eraser shavings. Are kind of annoying, because then depending on what pencil you use, when you go like that, you just smear your lines. Now, I do have a little bit to erase right here, so I will use an eraser for that, just a little baby eraser. I think that's pretty good. I'm using a different mic system today as well, so you'll have to let me know if you're watching it now or in the future, because the mic I had on my table, there was a lot of feedback, it seemed like, and I know that's annoying for me to watch, so I apologize for you as you've had to watch it like that. So I'm trying something different. Hopefully it works out and you can hear me pretty good. Hopefully. Okay, so I'm gonna get the washi tape out. If you don't know what washi tape is, I don't know if it's like if it's Japanese or if it's from Chinese. I think it's Japanese. Is where it originated from. But a lot of people do use it for to like tape down their watercolors, because it's sticky, but it's not like gonna rip your paper sticky. I have used it a couple of times. Like I used it to put a border around, just to liven up the page. So I do like to do that as well. But yeah, so I'm just going to use it, like I said, for the flower, and I'm trying, actually, I'll probably do that after. I don't know which one I'm going to use. But yeah, there's so many fun designs, and I love it. Love working with it. So let me see here. I've got some paintbrushes off to the side. And I don't need that anymore. Off to the side over there. Bring those over here. And I think I'll probably start with the yellow, just to start with the lightest part first. And again, actually, I'm going to get a piece of paper to kind of slide underneath him. I always have extra paper that I used for something else. What is that? Okay. Kind of laying around. There we go. It just kind of protects the other page just in case. And then let's see. Yeah, I think I'll just dive in. Whenever I use, this is actually acrylic ink, not India ink. So they do behave a little bit differently. I don't know enough about acrylic ink to like tell you a whole bunch of stuff about them. But I do love working with inks because of their vibrancy. So we're just going to give it a try. I don't know if it has like a little bit of a different coverage because it's acrylic than it does with the Bombay India ink. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. So I didn't bring a dish. Here we go. So I usually just go straight from the bottle instead of putting it into like an extra little palette or whatever. Be careful though, depending on the bottle that I'm using, I will kind of put some off to the side, but once it's dry, you can't really reactivate it. This bottle right here, I don't know if you can see, this is like how full it is now. I had it up here and I used it for something recently. I can't remember what it was for. Anyways, I didn't screw the lid on all the way whenever I was kind of working on it, and then when I went to grab it, it spilled everywhere. It's all over. It was all over my floor. It's still on my desk. So anyway, that was a very sad day. So just remember to put the lids on immediately when you're done. Just a little tip for you because that was sad. All right. I was finally able to get some flowers in the ground today. I've been so busy, I haven't even had a chance to do that, so that was fun. Liven up the yard a little bit. I've created like 3 flower gardens in our yard. 2 of them in areas that I got tired of mowing because they were like stupid. Like you just couldn't like mow very easily. They like redid the street not too long, well, several years ago. And when they did it, they made the curb really high compared to where the lawn starts. So it's really hard to mow there. And I would like hit the blade on the cement and stuff like that and then dull the blade. It was a disaster. So anywho, I created a couple of little flower gardens. And when I first started, again, I'm not a master gardener, so I'm learning about that. I kept planting annuals. And this year I was like, I don't have a lot of money. I'm like a starving artist. So I finally got perennials for the most part this year. So hopefully they'll come back. And I don't have to keep buying brand new ones all the time. I know like the annuals, a lot of people will pop into like we did get some to put into flower pots and stuff because they're really vibrant usually and really fun pops of color. But yeah, I'm tired of replacing them every year. It got a little bit expensive. I finally got some daisies though. If you've been here before, you know my birthday's in April, which daisies is the flower for that month. I mean, that's not why I like daisies, but it makes it even more fun for me because it's my birth month flower. So I was finally able to get some of those. I kept thinking I had daisies planted, but they're what, black-eyed Susans I think is what they're called. They're kind of like the same shape as a daisy, but they're not a daisy, obviously. Okay, so let's see here. I've really been having a fun, like, I like to write and like think of like fun, whimsical stories and things like that. So I don't do that I don't write very often, but I like to still think that way. So it's been fun for me as I'm creating each month to kind of build little worlds and be creative. Just keep adding on. Like I had shown my cute little mushroom. I'm trying to remember what I named my little mushy, and I can't think of it right now. But anyway, so I think it'd be super fun, like towards the end of the year maybe, to kind of create a fun, like larger painting. adding a little bit of an element from each month that I create something, you know, assuming they kind of can kind of all coexist together. But I think that'd be so super fun because I'm like trying to create like my own little worlds and stuff, and I find that to be exciting. I'm not like some character developed like oh, I don't know what they're called, concept artist or anything like that. And I do find references and things like that. Not everything is like just fresh out of my brain or something. When I do use references though, a lot of times I try to put more than one reference together, especially like if I got a reference on Pinterest, we'll say, and it's something that I would be creating to sell, we'll say. I would never take someone else's art and then just recreate that. I would maybe take one little element, like the style or something that I might like, but I would put, if it wasn't something I knew how to draw very well immediately, you know, you could practice drawing it, obviously, but you would take lots of different elements from different pictures, paintings, drawings, and then kind of create your own artwork. You never want to just directly take from someone, especially, I mean, if you're going to be selling it or something like that. I love sharing my outlines and things like that a lot of times, and that's just for people to practice. You know, like I would and have taken something directly from Pinterest or something like that and then recreate it, but I'm not selling it. It's to practice. It's to learn how to draw something that maybe I didn't know how to draw before. So keep that in mind. Okay, let's see. That's going to dry fairly quickly, but I think I'm just going to skip around. I usually do that. Maybe I'll do... I'll do the wings next. I don't want to use like a ton of colors, but I think I'm going to make his body the turquoisey color. And maybe I'll bring in just a hint of pink for the wings. Just because, you know, he's supposed to be... Ooh, this is sparkly. Do I want sparkly pink? Don't know. I've got my ink right here. I could maybe use sparkly for part of it, but I don't think I want to use sparkly for all of it. So let's see if I have a different pink. This is like a hot pink. Let's see here. There's magenta. I think I'll just use this. I'll be fine. This, a couple of these inks I got at, it's a Japanese market in, up near Chicago. I can't think of the name. Maybe Arlington Heights? I don't know. It's called Mitsuwa Marketplace. And there's this really cool bookstore inside that I can't think of right now. Anyways, they have all kinds of books and like stationery and things like that. And they have inks and they have quills and they have really fancy brushes and things like that. I have gotten some brushes from them. So I don't know exactly what kind of ink is in this type of ink or this one, but I can tell you that not all inks are like permanent, as in they could get reactivated if they got wet or something like that, and not all inks will do that. Some inks, once they're dry, they'll be dry. I know that's how the Bombay inks work, so keep that in mind. Oh, I have this purple here. I forgot. Maybe I'll do that for the wings. Yeah, and again, I'm not like some guru pro person about inks, but that's why I'm using them again. I'll have to show, I always say I'm going to show my artwork sometime for things. I'll have to make a video about that, showing different things I've used, different supplies. Oh, if I can get this open. Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. It's definitely fun to see different supplies and things like that. Let me see if I can get a little bit smaller brush maybe. You know, I've got billions of brushes over here off to the side. I don't know if I like this one. No. kind of been moving some brushes and things around, so I can't always, and like I said, I was kind of busy today, so I didn't prepare as much as I wanted to. I think this will be fine just to use this. Okay. Let's see. So I've used this color once before, I think. It's very vibrant. And I'll just color the whole wing in. And then I think I might go back in with the metallic just on part of it. I think. I don't know that I'll finish him tonight, but I thought it'd be nice just to jump on for a little bit. If you've been here before, you know that my friend Tina is usually comes on a lot with me. She's a lot of fun, so she couldn't make it tonight. So it might just be me chatting, and that's okay. No big deal. Doesn't have to always be full of chatter, I suppose. I do still need to figure out how to have music kind of the right way, not me playing music and then it like being just picking up from my speaker, and I just don't know how to do that yet. So I'll look into that way. If I don't talk very much, it's still got a little background noise. I love music. I can't imagine a world where there's no music. Like, that makes me sad to even think about. I think I've talked about that before. Like, I've watched Outlander, although I'm still not finished watching it. Like, I think I'm 2 seasons behind. I know it's done now. But like, unless someone knows how to play an instrument, you don't have any music. I just feel like that would be sad. I listen to music every day. If you're a Stephen Colbert fan, tonight is his last episode of his show, which is something else that's upsetting to me, but I digress. And I'm gonna let this dry, and then I might go back over it a little bit, see if I can darken some of that. If not, I do have like markers I can bring in. He's so cute. Yeah, his story is just that he hangs out with Sylvie and kind of goes around with her, and he is super sweet, likes to frolic around in the flowers, and he's just a super sweet dragon. But yeah, he's her protector too. So if you cross her or try to hurt her, he will light you on fire. He's not messing around. I also am gonna create a companion for Roxy, Sylvie's sassy sister, but hers is gonna be a bat. I already have the concept and everything. I just haven't actually created it yet. I've got a lot on my plate right now, so I can only do a little bit at a time, right? I can only do what I can do. Okay, let's see. That's dry enough. I think I could go ahead and color the face. Or the body and everything. I don't know which one of these I want to use. I'm going to get another piece of paper out here. It's just like whenever I have extra watercolor paper, like junky kind, I just put it off into this drawer so I can just use it whenever I might need to practice something. So I'm just going to test these real quick because I don't remember exactly what they look like. This is another one, though, that has spilt. It was one of my favorite. If you've been here before, you know I love turquoises and stuff. And it spilt all over the place. Oh, my gosh. This one just spilled all over me when I opened it. Oh, Lanta. I need to put a protective cover down on my little table, too. My little... Oh my goodness. Well, that's what one of the colors looks like. I didn't expect it to be so loose. Oh my goodness. Oh, I you know what? I love making stupid mistakes so you guys can see them. That way, you know, hopefully you learn what not to do, right? It's just as good as learning what to do, learning what not to do. Oh, ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, I like that. Ooh, that's nice. I think they might be fairly similar. And let me tell you, it's going to take a couple days to get it off. It stains. Yeah, if you get ink on your clothes, it's not usually coming off, just FYI. Watercolor will wash out most of the time, depending on the color, but for the most part, that does wash out. Okay, let me put the lid on this one. Practice what I preach. And off to the side. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, grief. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to start down here at the tail and kind of work my way up, I think. I'm just trying to think how my hand... I may end up turning my paper. You know me. You know I got to turn the paper. So my hand is on the right side of things. The tip of my brush is on the correct side to stay inside my lines. It's important to me. Okay. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. I'll have to put a little piece of tape, a little note on this bottle and be like, yeah, be careful when you open. Okay. Oh, that's so pretty. Ooh, I like it. And again, this is mixed media paper, so I wouldn't want to do a whole bunch of layers anyways, because it just doesn't behave very well. It gets buckled and stuff like that. I have used watercolor in the past on some past pages, but again, I don't do a bunch of layers when I do that. I don't know what weight this paper is. I'd have to look it up. Probably 90 pounds. Which sounds weird, but watercolor paper is usually 300 GSM. I don't know what that works out to as far as like the pounds or whatever. I'd have to look it up, but it just like it's the more weighty the paper, the more more layers and things you can do, and it won't bleed. Not bleed, buckle, sorry. But that's one of the reasons I love the ink. You can layer some of the inks for sure, but it's just so friggin' vibrant just right out of the bottle, and that's just pretty cool, I think. You can't quite get this much vibrancy from a watercolor, even with layers. I still treat it the same though when I'm painting. I try to make sure I'm pushing and pulling in one direction. I don't like to go back in and disturb the area that I've already painted because it can dry funny. He's a cutie patootie. Like if I see it starting to dry funny, I'll kind of go back over, but you have to go back over the whole area. And then you have to be careful if it's super wet. And again, when you're working on a mixed media paper instead of the regular, like a heavier paper, it will behave a little bit differently too. Move to my smaller brush here a little bit. I can get into these little baby areas. You'll have to let me know in the comments if you have a favorite flower. I was just thinking about that. I love lots of flowers. I actually, we got a dahlia. I planted a dahlia last year, but I think I was supposed to dig it up for the winter and I didn't, so it did not come back, even though I do think that technically they are perennials. They're so pretty. Oh boy. I think I should be using a larger brush. I've said this before a million times, but your brush size really needs to match your area because you want to get as much coverage as you can, as quick as you can. So it doesn't dry funny. And it may be something where I'd have to go over it again with 2 coats anyways. Again, this isn't ink that I'm used to using in like with paintings, but I wanted to try it and see what I thought. Again, another reason why you would do it in a sketchbook first before you would go and apply it to your like really good paper or whatever. So you can kind of work out all those kinks, you know, be like, ooh, that might not work. And it may not be the best ink to use for this. I know the Bombay ink. I've used that lots of times. I do like how this acrylic ink went on. I don't have very much acrylic ink. I think I just have like one set, and it was the Bombay set that I had gotten. But I may end up trying to find some more. It's pretty snazzy. Where I live, the kids are going to be out of school tomorrow for this like first summer break, and I was like, my mom was like, yeah, you know, this weekend is Memorial Day weekend. And I'm like, what? What are you talking about? It's so early this year. I was like, no, it's not. It's like, I was shocked. It's like we have a whole nother week of May, which I'm glad because I feel like May has gone by so fast. It's just, it's crazy. I feel like once March hits, it kind of begins in March where things kind of seem like they start going a little faster for some reason. And then because I had my trip in April, that feels like April just went by super fast. And then it just feels like it's been nonstop. It's like May gets here, kids get out of school, then it's summertime. It's like, oh, it's 6 months till Christmas. Not yet, obviously, but it just. And then August rolls around, and then it's like, oh, okay, time for the kids to go back to school, and then the freaking holidays are here again. It's crazy. I know that's why. What the saying, carpe diem or whatever. Oh, hello. I don't know your name, but hello, hello. Thank you so much. I appreciate that for saying that. This looks so cool. He's so cute. Welcome, welcome. Have you been to one of my lives before? I don't recognize your name. I'm glad you joined me today. Are you going to be working on any art today? Or are you just stopping in? You can tell me your name if you want to. No pressure. Never any pressure. If you haven't been here the whole time, his name's Flicker. I could have made him like red, but I didn't want to. I feel like red would be like a more aggressive color. I wanted him to seem friendly. But he has flickers of anger. Don't we all? I think so. He's so cute. I think I've drawn a couple of dragons in my day, but one is sort of realistic looking. I can't think of the name of the artist, though. That was like the original artist. He's a French artist. I'll have to show him sometime, but it was a cool charcoal drawing, and it was actually a lesson by Karen Campbell. I did it a couple years ago. I love working with charcoal. I don't do it enough either. I need to do that sometime soon. Maybe I'll try to branch out with some charcoal in June. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this, using this specific ink, because it's very blotchy. Again, I think part of it might be the paper. But I guess that's okay, because he is a dragon. I mean, he doesn't have to be perfect, right? But still, that kind of thing can kind of annoy me a little bit. But he would have, like, scales and stuff, I suppose. Oh my gosh, my fingers. I'm putting this lid on immediately, because I don't know that I'm going to go over them a bunch more times. I don't think that it's going to help much. I think I just have to keep going and going and going, and like I said, this paper's not really meant for that. That's okay. Oh, I forgot this little part here. Gosh, diddly darn it. Okay, I'm going to open it very carefully. Perfect. I'm wondering, should I make that purple or the blue? I think I'm going to make it the blue. It'll be fine. Oh man, I just got some right there. Good thing it's a sketchbook. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm gonna rinse these off. I always like to kind of wipe off my brushes first as much as possible. Just dip them in a little bit, and then that way I don't get my water completely annihilated in the first 5 seconds. I do go through quite a bit of paper towels though. Paper towels. I do have a cheesecloth also off to the side. That I don't like to totally stain that though, and the ink will stain, so I tend to use paper towels instead. Oh, and I did WD-40 my chair today as well because it was so squeaky. That seems like it helped a little bit. Between my annoying microsound weird feedback or whatever, and then my squeaky chair, a little bit annoying. So, and then you'll have to let me know in the comments if you're watching this now or in the future if the microphone, if the sound is okay. I did test it before I started, but I never know, how it will be out in the world. Hopefully it's okay. Okay, I think I'm going to let him dry. And I'm going to do the little flower because I will finish him tonight on here, especially because I'm kind of by myself this evening, it seems like, and that's okay. So I do want to show you, I'm going to make it, the flower will end up being bigger, but that's okay. I'm going to just kind of tear some washi tape into different sizes. I'm just trying to decide if I want to just do like a color. I got these out because I kind of liked the yellow, but I don't know if I like the yellow compared to his yellow. Oops. See, I try to make decisions ahead of time and then I change my mind. I got my washi tape right here though. I might have a problem with washi tape as well. Brought too much. I've been collecting it for a long time, and my mom had washi tape and she gave me a bunch of stuff too, so it's not all my fault. There's some really beautiful patterns. I don't know if I want to use that one. Like this one's really pretty. I don't want to use it for this, but it's there's just some really beautiful. You can even use, I can't remember if it's the washi, I think it's the washi tape store might be what it's called. But anyway, you can actually submit or make your own art into washi tape, I think, which would be really fun to do as well. I have to look into that sometime. I don't know how much it costs or anything like that, but that could be pretty cool. Scotch even has washi tape. Scotch brand. I might use that one. That's kind of cute. This is another really pretty one. Like pastel. That's nice. I do like that. Oh, this is cute. This is got little hearts. I even have one that has sushi. They're so fun. They're so, so fun. Originally, I had thought I might make his belly washi tape, but that was just going to be a whole thing, so I decided not to. I have done a drawing where I made the hair washi tape. That was really cool. Yeah, it was fun. Just branch out. Try different things, you know? This could be pretty. I might do that. I like, it's kind of similar to the color of the to the wing. Oh yeah, there's some really pretty ones. It's fun when, like, as a mixed media artist, when you know you want, like, oh, I feel like I do the same thing, and I do feel like that sometimes, even though I use mixed media. But like things that'll inspire you. So I've been inspired by washi tape before, and then that kind of helped me with my whole piece. Like it helped me with my choices of what I was going to do. So it's kind of fun. So I'm going to erase this flower completely, just because I don't need it on there. But I was just going to get some type. And it's going to be bigger than, like I said, than what I kind of drew. But you can just get it and just rip it in different, doesn't need to be perfect, and you can kind of layer it. That might be too long. Shorten that up a little bit. You can just put it all different sizes. I mean, I've never made a washi tape flower like this. We're working it out together. Maybe make it a little bit shorter. A little bit. It's just a fun way to bring more texture, more interest when you bring in other elements. At least that's what I think. I don't really like the short ones, but that's okay for now. Anybody have any big plans for the weekend? I will be arting. I'm going to be teaching some more classes at a local folk school this summer and to the fall, winter season, and I'm working on my concepts right now for the fall winter season. So I'll be working on that this weekend. Should be fun. I already tried one thing and it turned out cute. I can show it to you guys. It turned out cute, but it does, just because something turns out cute doesn't mean that it lends itself to like a teaching environment like that. Now I could teach it online and it'd be a little bit different because I can take more time, and just sometimes it's hard when it's going to be in person. Is this cute little fox. I'll show it to you before I go. And then I'm working on another idea with an elegant rider, which I think will be fun. I think I've used an elegant rider before on YouTube. I did. I made a mushroom one time. It was really cute. Those are fun. That's a water soluble. It's for calligraphy. But if you get it wet, like with a paintbrush, and then you like dab up some of it, it like brings in purples and pinks and stuff, but you can you kind of use them to not paint with, but kind of. They're cool. I'll have to make another lesson using those on here too. It'd be cute. Need a skinny mini. Looks like a little firecracker. A little firecracker, or like a sparkler, almost. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's kind of neat. It's kind of neat. I kind of like it. That's probably good enough. Oops. And then I can draw the stem with either like an acrylic marker or even one of these Pentel pocket pens. I think I'm going to use an acrylic marker, one that's kind of a little bit thicker. Yeah. And then you could even bring in I'm going to stop right there. It will go into the hand just a tiny bit, but I'm going to wait because I will outline it. So I'm not going to do this part either, so I can outline. Because I would want the look of the stem to be on the outside, so I wouldn't want the outline to be over the stem. Hopefully that makes sense. But you could also, I could also bring in some like line work and kind of go around it, make it really expressive lines and things. I do still need to color the little, I don't know what those are called. They're not scales, I don't think. I don't know, the little bumps. Like I said, I'm not like a dragon person. But I might use acrylic markers for that too. Because I might make those yellow and it'd be just easier to use a marker potentially to color those in. I don't know if I have a yellow that I like. Let's see. Let's see here. That might be okay. I'll probably log off here in a few minutes. Maybe be on for an hour. It's almost 7. Time goes by, doesn't it? Never know how long to stay on when I'm just chatting to myself. I don't want to be boring. Oh, he's so cute. I'll definitely finish him. I just probably won't finish him on camera. Stay tuned. I do comment, post like photos and like news and like if I'm not going to be hosting a live when I thought I might or something like that in the community tab of my channel. If you ever want to check those out. I don't know if that shows up in your feed or not, but just letting you know that I do that. I do post on Instagram too, just not as regularly. It's a lot, you know? Being the editor, the artist, the marketer, like all the things, it's a lot. I just want to be the creator, but it doesn't work that way. That's okay. Oh, he's going to be cute. I like that I did the wings just a little bit different as well. I thought about doing them yellow, but just having an extra little pop of color I thought would be fun. Sorry, you couldn't even see what I was doing. I'll have to go over this a couple of times. I may end up having to put like a, not that I want to, but maybe like a white gesso in these little areas here, because it might just keep, even though this is an acrylic marker, which is opaque, that's such a vibrant turquoisey teal color of the ink, it might just keep bleeding through and turning it green. So I don't know if it's going to work. I won't worry about that right now, but it's definitely already kind of doing that. May just have to be layers. We'll see. I won't worry about it right now. Oh no, I forgot his other little snouter. Oh boy. Careful. I'll be traumatized now forever with the ink. I wonder if I could, if it would let me, I'm gonna try this real quick just to see if I do another layer in just the areas where there would be a shadow. Just to try it out. It may be too harsh, but if it is, I can also bring in, I won't do this right now either, but I could bring in, why is that not colored? Color pencils to break up the shadow. I don't know why I missed that part right there. Color this whole part in. Let's see, I got a little too dark. So you just have to be careful, it looks like, if you don't like harsh lines. Sometimes I don't mind them, it depends on what it is, but I do not like that. So I'm gonna have to go back over it all, and I didn't want to have to do that, but now we know. Now we know. Oh, I forgot some little scales up here in his ears too. You have to work fast so it doesn't dry before you're done. Yeah, I don't think I'll use this for this kind of ink again for this type of artwork. I'd kind of figure something else out, I think, to use it for. The Bombay ink would have probably been better, but I didn't know. I didn't know. Yeah. It's going to be loud for a second. There, if you can hear, I don't know if you can, but an ambulance or a police car is driving by. Seems like it happens a lot more lately. I feel like I live in the city. So I'm just painting a few little areas that would have a little bit of a shadow, and then like I said, I might bring in some colored pencils or something to blend them a little bit better. I'm not sure if I'm crazy about it. it's one of those where if I was using watercolor, I would just dampen my brush and then go in and smooth it out. I guess that works a little bit. I wasn't sure if it would work, or if it would disturb the paint underneath it more. So I don't want to mess with it too much. I'm just gonna kind of leave it, I think. Just do a little bit more on this leg over here so that I'm consistent at least. There we go. Like this area dried a little bit weird for some reason. I don't know if I just had more or less ink on my brush when I went into that spot. Again, that's okay. No big deal. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm going to call it a night for today, and I will keep you posted on how he's coming along. I usually try to take pictures. I have the before picture. I'll have this picture because I haven't taken pictures, obviously, as we've been working. But so you can kind of see how he develops and all that kind of stuff. Let me just get back to my face. So, yeah. I appreciate you joining me tonight, and if you watch the replay, I appreciate you tuning in as well. If you like my art, you like my channel, I would love if you follow me and leave a comment on this video. Hit the like if you like this video, and let me know in the comments if you've drawn dragons, if you're working with the prompts, the Faye May prompts. Don't forget you can pick up the tracker and the little reflection sheets on my Patreon for free, and then you can let me know if you grab those, because I would love to know who's hanging out over there grabbing anything that I offer. And stay luminous, keep creating magic, and until next time, I will see you very soon. Okay?